What's up, guys? It's time to wrestle with Suplexus. I'm Suplexus, and today I will be presenting the first episode of a new series called Future Slam, where I create a completely new angle and book it to the future. So, the first episode will be Gargano's escape, and this will center around Johnny Gargano and him receiving a push. And the thumbnail right here presents a little teaser for what's to come. So let's get started. So we start at Backlash. The story begins, and in this match, Solo Sikoa will pin Matt Riddle to win for the Bloodline. And after this, we will have a draft. Now, the draft picks are about to be. No. Before the draft picks are about to be announced, there is a battle royal for the first draft pick. So a former Raw superstar, former SmackDown one. So Raw wins, and the Raw general manager Pat McAfee comes out, and the draft pick is about to be announced by Pat McAfee. He's about to announce it, but just before he can say anything, Johnny Gargano interrupts him. And just a second. Alright. Yes, Johnny Gargano interrupts him. And the crowd loses their minds. Johnny Gargano demands, he bribes Pat to allow him to join. And Pat McAfee finally succumbs. He finally accepts Johnny Gargano's term. Johnny Gargano promises him that he will be a star. Pat McAfee accepts. So Johnny Gargano is the first draft pick to Monday Night Raw. So now, after that, there is a match between Austin Theory and Gunther to determine which brand gets the draft pick. Once again, though, Monday Night Raw wins and they draft Randall Keith Orton. And Randy Orton comes out and he wants to challenge anyone to a match. He is willing to fight anyone on the Raw roster. But there is only one person. Johnny Gargano accepts, and we have a major match on our hands. Johnny Gargano versus Randy Orton. And in this match, it goes a solid 20 minutes. They are going at each other. They are tearing each other limb from limb, brick by brick. But in the end, Johnny Gargano hits a through the rope spear when he jumps through the ropes and spears someone, and he pins Randy Orton. Johnny Gargano actually pins Randy Orton, and the crowd is losing it. And Johnny Gargano has an interview, and he is so happy about his win, he cannot contain himself. Now, it is announced though that a tournament will be held, and this tournament is the King of the Ring tournament, and it will culminate at Night of Champions. So uh, there are 4 qualifying matches and 2 sides. On one side, we have Raw's Gargano fighting SmackDown's Balor. We have Raw's Nakamura fighting SmackDown's Ricochet. We have Raw's Kevin Owens fighting SmackDown's Seth Rollins. And we have Raw's Matt Riddle fighting Jey Uso. Now, before this match could take place, before anything could happen, there is some breaking news. Matt Riddle has been attacked. And it is shocking. It is jaw dropping. It is everything you'd expect it to be. But the man who capitalizes on this, the man who capitalizes on Riddle getting attacked, Randy Orton. He looks like a villain. He looks evil, a cold stare in his eyes, and it is presumed by many that he was the one who attacked Matt Riddle to get this spot to go ahead. So Riddle gets attacked. Randy replaces Matt Riddle. And now we have Randy Orton in the tournament. He is in the tournament. It is scheduled. Randy Orton is taking the place of Matt Riddle. He will be fighting Jey Uso. And now let's reveal the winners in 3, 2, 1. So the winners are Gargano from Raw advances. Ricochet from SmackDown advances to fight Gargano. Meanwhile, on the other side, Rollins and Randy Orton advance. And in the finales, thanks to Solo Sikoa doing the thumb into Seth Rollins' face, the Samoan spike, Randy Orton wins the match because the ref doesn't see it. And Johnny Gargano beats Ricochet in an instant classic. And now we are at Night of Champions. Now, this is a huge match. Johnny Gargano repeats over and over, this is the biggest match of his life. So, at Night of Champions in the King of the Ring finals, by the way, the King of the Ring tournament will allow the person to receive a title match whenever they want, but they must say in advance, so it's not like Money in the Bank, but they could pick what show they want. So, anyways, it's a close match. It's a close match, but in the end, they are on the outside. They're on the announce table. Randy Orton is looking for an RKO through the announce table, but Johnny Gargano miraculously chucks him off the table. Randy falls back first, and as the arrow suggests, Johnny Gargano literally jumps from the table to the apron and jumps in the ring. So he pretty much jumps from the table to the ring. Johnny Gargano wins by countout. But after this match, as you all know, nothing's ever finished until Randy says it is. And after the match, well, Johnny celebrating, boom, punt kick. A punt kick nearly breaks Johnny Gargano's skull in half. Randy Orton wants that title match. He wants that title shot. But sadly for him, Johnny Gargano has it, and he won't be giving it up anytime soon. But there is another opportunity. Randy Orton and Matt Riddle enter themselves in a tag team battle royale match to determine who will fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Money in the Bank. By the way, side note, not important to the story too much, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will beat the Usos at Night of Champions if they are allowed in the country. Side note. Alright, anyways, there are two winning teams for this Battle Royal, the Usos and RK Bro. They have a draw somehow, some way, and it is announced a triple threat match. Another thing that is announced on this show, Johnny Gargano will confront Roman Reigns and tell him when he wants to fight Roman Reigns. So now we get to SmackDown. It's advertised as a Johnny's Choice, Johnny Gargano's Choice, Johnny Wrestling Choice, so many names. Johnny Gargano is going to have the biggest match of his life, and it is up to him on when he wants to fight the head of the table, the tribal chief, the greatest champion of all time, Roman Reigns. And he decides Money in the Bank. So now we get to Money in the Bank. The first match in the show is for the Raw Tag Team Championships. If I said the Undisputed Championships, I apologize. But Matt Riddle and Randy Orton miraculously they win using some heelish tactics and they are turning heel slowly. And now we get to the world title match. This is a money match. This is a match UK has been waiting for. The WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. The biggest of underdogs. No one expects him to win. Johnny Gargano, a workhorse of NXT. He just arrived. He really just arrived on the main roster. Versing Roman Reigns, the undefeated over 1,000-day Universal Champ. Johnny Gargano tries his best. He gives him everything he can. But in the end, like all the rest, he falls. But that isn't it for him. That isn't it for his night. RK Bro assault Johnny Gargano, and they go on the mic and they say, "We are now known as RK No," because they do not do the RKO because they do not want to pop the fans because they turned on them. So, anyways, next night we are going to get an update from Johnny Gargano live in the ring about his condition, how he is doing after that assault. But sadly, Johnny Gargano gets assaulted again. He is broken. He is battered. Okay, no, Randy Orton in particular, but now Riddle are continuously assaulting him every week, whether it was Night of Champions, whether it was Money in the Bank, whether it's all these Raw and SmackDown episodes. They have been a thorn in his side, and it is announced that Randy Orton will fight Johnny Gargano the next week on Monday Night Raw. So now we get to Monday Night Raw. We get to the big show, but there is a DQ ending. There is a disqualification ending. However, after the match, Johnny Gargano makes a shocking claim after being assaulted. He grabs the mic and he says, "Next week, I'm gonna find a partner and we're gonna kick your ass and we're gonna take your Raw Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam if you're up for the challenge or if you're too scared." RK No says they're not too scared, and then it is announced the partner will be determined. Johnny's SummerSlam partner reveal on Monday Night Raw, and the partner is, give a drum roll for yourself if you would like. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano's old partner from down in NXT. They won the tag titles in 2016 and they are looking to repeat history nearly 9 years later. So now we get to the SummerSlam match. It's the money match. It's Johnny Gargano versus Ciampa. Ciampa has been ruthless on Monday Night Raw. He has been ruthless in targeting Matt Riddle, while Johnny Gargano has taken care of Randy Orton. But now it is time for the explosion. So the match is going on. It's an amazing match. The crowd is losing it. However, in the end of the match, the sequence goes as follows. So the it is Ciampa and Randy Orton in the ring. Ciampa is the man with the beard on the screen. Randy has RKO on his tights. Ciampa is about to hit Randy Orton with a crutch, but Randy Orton grabs it. It's a tug of war. It's anyone's game, but Randy Orton suddenly lets go. Randy Orton suddenly lets go, but boom! In letting go, Ciampa's crutch deflects and it hits the ref in the face. Oh my god. And then Randy Orton runs at Ciampa and clotheslines him out the ring. By this time, Gargano is starting to get in the ring, but Gargano gets hit by the crutch because there is no ref there to see. Oh no. But then Randy Orton catches him with an RKO. He catches Gargano with an RKO out of nowhere. A ref counts 1, 2, 3. The crutch is laying in the corner. Completely not suspicious at all. And Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, RKO, retain the title. Despite their name, Randy Orton resorts to an RKO. He resorts to defying what he told Matt Riddle they would do and not using the RKO just to retain the titles. But now they have a bigger problem because a match is announced for Extreme Rules. Now, this match, though, is going to be a 2 out of 30 falls match. The beginning of the match has Gargano locking Randy, and the Gargano escape right away, and Randy Orton taps out. It's a shocking fall, but then after, they isolate Gargano, Arcano, and they hit him with the dual punk kicks. And then in the end, they again pin or submit Gargano by fluky tactics. So now Arcano have left the arena with the tag titles. The crowd is booing them out of the building. Ciampa is helping Gargano up. Gargano is gonna leave, but Ciampa is standing still. Boom! Oh my god! Ciampa just hit Gargano in the back with a crutch, with a chair, any weapon. He hits him in the back. And then he grabs a mic and he says, I got a lot of explaining to do, buddy. Remember when Matt Riddle was assaulted? Do you know who that was? That wasn't Randy Orton. That was me. I took his spot. I decided to buy into Randy Orton's vision. Johnny Gargano, I've seen what you've been going through. I've seen that you've been doing nothing on Monday nights. I've seen that you've been on a downfall ever since I stopped having a rivalry with you. I've seen all this. And do I want to be dragged down? Do I want to be dragged down to the pits of nothingness with you? Do I want that? No, I don't. So what I did in May, what I did, Randy Orton was pissed off after you beat him. And I made an alignment with Randy Orton because I knew you were a no good SOB. I saw what Randy Orton could do for other kids like FTR. I saw what his coaching could do for their careers in the future. And I bought in. I bought in. And how do I feel about stabbing you in the back? I'm damn sure proud of it. I wouldn't have had it any other way. 'Cause now I'm gonna be the best. With Randy Orton's tutelage, with all that he has to offer, I am gonna be the champion of champions. I am gonna experience success just like I did in NXT at your expense. I will see you later if you even dare to appear again. So then, after a while, a match announcement is made for Gargano versus Ciampa on Raw a week after this. So not the immediate Raw after Extreme Rules, but 2 Raws after Extreme Rules, I'll say. Alright, we get to that match. It's a big match. Gargano versus Ciampa. Mono a mano. This is just like NXT, except I believe it might be the only normal match they've ever had if this takes place. So that's a cool touch. Anyways, in the end, Gargano has one final beat to finally beat Tommaso Ciampa. He is celebrating. He hits that pin. He doesn't even get time to celebrate because when the ref strikes three, boom, punt kick. Right when the ref's hand hits the mat, boom. And then Randy Orton grabs the mic and he's like, next week, Gargano, want you in the ring. I know you're gonna make it. I know this isn't the end. I want you in the ring. And I'm gonna propose a final chapter next week. So we get to next week's Raw. And it's dubbed the final chapter. Randy Orton and Gargano in the ring live on Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton comes out and he's like, Gargano, ever since I first saw you, I've been reminded of my nightmares. Constant nightmares. You know what these are like? You know nothing about what these are like. You know what happens? You know what happened whenever people get the upstart on me? You know what happens, people? Look, look at Triple H. He beat me. He beat me. Then I put him on the shelf. But then he got me in the end again. He got me in the end. Even though I did everything in my power to end him for good, he got me in the end. And it eats at me. Daniel Bryan, he beat me in the beginning. I did everything in my power to put him out too. But he got me in the end. And it eats at me. And I know that you are nothing. You are nothing different from them. You got me in the beginning. And regardless of what I do, I could do anything, anything, anything. You hear me? Anything. And it won't be enough. Because you will keep coming back. You will keep coming back for more. And I will be left with nothing. I will be sent back to the bottom because of people like you, Johnny Gargano. I don't have a problem with these fans. These fans had my back throughout my career. They've supported me through every stage. I have respect for them. But you're a scum of the earth. You're a scum of the earth. I recruited the moment that you beat me on draft night. The moment that 3 count hit the mat. I recruited Tommaso Ciampa to kick your ass. I recruited everyone. Hell, you wanna know the thing? I'll tell you one more. I'll tell the entire universe one more. Ciampa said he beat up Riddle. That's a bull. Shh. That's a bull bleep. I beat up Riddle. I beat up Riddle. I'm the one that did that. I'm the one in control. I'm the one in control. Because I remember, the fans probably don't remember because they weren't there. I remember in 2021, Riddle had my number, and then we became best friends and won the tag titles. I know that someday he's gonna stab me in the back. He's gonna beat me. So before he stabbed me in the back, I had to do it to him. I am done with partnerships. I am done with being the guy who's gonna put over all these youngsters, who's gonna put over Matt Riddle, put over Danny Bryan, put you over. Hell, Tommaso Ciampa, man, I thank you. I thank you for trying to end Johnny Gargano's career, but I have to do it myself. You will have a successful career. You will run wild, but I have to do it myself. Because I have to protect my legacy. I don't give a damn about my old legacy with Cody and DiBiase. I don't give a damn. Johnny Gargano, here's my proposition. We end it all. We have the final chapter. Survivor Series. You and I. No ifs, ands, or maybes. I ain't gonna kick your ass and shed tears from all your babies. Hell in a cell. I want to rip you limb from limb until there is no doubt that I am the survivor, that you will never come back to play me in the ass. We end it all. No rematches. No matches for the next 3 years. No matches. Hell in a cell. Gargano accepts. And now we get to Hell in a Cell. They both look possessed. They both got red in their eyes on the match card. Hell in a Cell. And Johnny Gargano in the end beats Randy Orton in a hellacious match. They break the cell door, the side cage basically on the cell. They break all that steel steps, ladders, tables, chairs, candlesticks, maybe even some blood, maybe. But in the end, Johnny Gargano hits one final beat on top of a sealed chair on the exposed ring mat and wins. And now this is the end of my episode. If you would like to see a follow up, it wouldn't be in the series since many have predicted it. But if you would like to see a follow up with me discussing a possible Matt Riddle feud follow up, let me know in the comments down below. But this has been Suplexist. Let me know if you enjoy the series. Hit me with some wrestlers in the comment. Hit me with some wrestlers that you would like to see me book in this series. Thank you for watching. This has been Suplexist. I hope you have a fantastic day. Good night.